I'm going to be sharing with you how I was able to make this profit, and as well this profit during the CPI news yesterday. And also, I'm going to be sharing with you the next projection for GBSD in this video. But before going to that, if you're seeing me for the first time, my name is Divine, and what I basically do on this channel is document how I trade, and as well show you the mindset behind my strategy. If you want to be seeing content like this, I want you to like, subscribe, and as well drop a comment. I'll be right back.
Now let's look at Gbpusd. We're going to be applying this simple strategy step by step. So I want you to carefully follow it step by step. Now the first thing you want to do is to simply go to the higher time frame and understand direction and point out key levels in the market. Now after you have gotten direction and key levels, you simply want to go to the 4 hours time frame and understand market structure. But first, let's go to the higher time frame and identify direction and key level. Our high time frame for us is the daily time frame because we are a what day trader. So what I want to basically do is understand where price is going to at this higher time frame and be able to identify where the support key level is and the resistance key level is. Now if you look closely here, you see that at this point price was in a what uptrend. That means price was acting as a support at this level. Support, support, support. That means three supports, which give us that this trend line is what valid. Now, since price is on support level, it simply means that price is what bullish. And if price is below the support level, it simply means that price is what bearish. And currently here, price is above or sitting on the support level, telling us that price was bullish. So what I'm going to be looking for is what buys. Is that clear? Yes, it's clear. Now, next thing we want to look for is to identify key levels in the market. So, where's the key levels? This point where price got to the support is the key level. This is a what? Resistance key level. So, we have gotten our support key level and we've gotten our what? Resistance key level. So, we are going to remove this one because it's no longer going to help us again. So, our key levels is this support resistance key level here, support key level here. What we want to do next is to understand what price have done from this resistance key level down to this support key level, and then from there we know how we're going to go from. And how do we do that? By simply going to the 4 hours time frame to understand what price have done from this level to this level. Remember what we want to do. We want to study and understand what price have done from this level here down to what this level here. Let's start by understanding what price did first. When price got to this level, first of all, price was giving us series of swing high, lower lows and lower highs, lower lows and lower highs, giving us as well, what. Now, for us to know what we're going to do next, we want to see that price is giving us a what? A drop, a base, a drop, a drop, a base, and a what? A drop. So basically, this point now is a what? Supply level. Now, because we're in downtrend, we're seeing a what? Supply level, right? Now, if you want to enter from this trade, now what you simply go to do is go to the 1 hour time frame and refine this zone here. Once we refine this zone, we simply look for a candlestick pattern where we're going to what? Enter from. Is that clear? Well, we're not looking for that yet. So basically a good trade here could have been going to refine this thing at the 1 hour time frame and then taking entry from this what zone. Now when this supply zone was triggered, what happened next? Price dropped, price based, and price rallied. Is that correct? Yes. This is the base here. This is the base. This is the drop base, right? Giving us a what? A demand zone. Now, it's very good to be able to identify where there's demand zone and where there's what? Supply zone, because if you're selling, the supply zone acts as an entry, whereas the demand zone serves as an exit. Exactly. Now, if you're buying, the demand zone is the entry, whereas supply zone is the what? Exit. Now let's look at this zone here. Now what can you basically see that this place is a what? A drop, a base, a rally. So basically, demand people now will be thinking that they will have to simply what? Buy from this zone because price have not a drop, base, rally. So this place acts as a demand zone and price is likely going to come here and buy. But what the price do? Price failed, right? Now because price failed, this point is a point of interest where we want to pay attention to when price come back to that zone. And now when once price failed that zone, what did you see price do? Price came back to this zone and what? And dropped. So that means we would have made our first profit at this point here, and our second profit would have been here at this point here. Now, because of our so what price is here, and this point acts as a point of interest, what's the next thing I want to do? This is a drop, this is a base, and this is a drop. So this place acts as a what? Supply zone, right? Good. Now, when this supply zone was triggered, what happened again? Price dropped, base, and price dropped. So this point here is also a what? A supply zone. But watch out, when price got to the supply zone, price was filled. Now, this is where we want to put our focus to because price have gotten to our key level here. And remember, key levels are areas we want to pay attention to, right? Now, price have gotten to our key level here. What we want to simply do now is to start seeing how we can take an entry from this place. And this is the point where I started taking an entry because price was bullish on the what? Daily time frame. Now, let's start by simply understanding price when price filled this supply zone. Now, when price filled the supply zone, what you have to simply do is to go to the what? 1 hour time frame and refine this zone for an entry. Now, if I have to define this supply zone that failed us, what you simply do is to simply identify this zone with the what? With a specific candlestick. And remember, I've talked about different kind of candlestick. We have dodgy, we have the bullish engulfing, we have different type pin bar and the rest of them. We have different type. Now, what we want to basically do is to see how we can identify this whole point of or this whole zone with a specific what? Candlestick. And where is the candlestick I'm going to be presented with? We are seeing here series of dodgy candlestick here. So this point now is the point we are going to refine this thing to this zone to become. So basically, what I'm looking for, one price to come back into this zone, and then look for a what? A buy. And what did you see? When price came into this zone, we had a clean buy. So this, I didn't take this trade anyway. This could have been a first entry here. Put our entry here. Target this swing. Our stop loss below this swing here. So this could have been a good 1:2. 1:2 is to reward. Very clean 1:2 is to reward. Now, when price took out, when this point has been triggered, what the price do next? Price was engineered liquidity. Where the price engineered liquidity? This point, which is what? Double bottom. Now, this is where I started taking the entry from because this liquidity that price swept off from this place gave me a confirmation that we're going to what? We're going to be buying in the long term. Now, I've gotten confirmation from the daily time frame. I've gotten from the what? 1 hour time frame, which is what? Liquidity sweep. Now, when this liquidity was taken out, I knew that price was simply going to take out this swing high here. So what did I do? I started looking for my entries. Now, where's my first entry? By simply identifying demand zones from this point. Now, if you look clearly, you can see that at this point, price rallied, based, rallied. And a rally based rally is simply what? A demand zone. A rally, a base, and a what? A rally. Correct? Yes, correct. So what you want to simply do now is go to the 15-minute time frame and refine this zone to see where we're going to what? Enter from. Is that clear? It's clear. I took this trade and I'm going to give you evidence I took this trade on this. So I'm going to attach the evidence somewhere around this place. Now, on the 15 minutes time frame, what you simply want to do is to what? is to refine this whole zone by representing it with a what? A specific candlestick, and then wait for price to come back to that zone and what? Take our entry. Now if I to define it, you're simply going to be seeing pin bars and the rest of them right at this zone here. Right? Correct. So when price got to that zone, we took a what? An entry here. Our target is this swing high here. Our stop loss is right below this point here. So our stop loss is simply around this, below this swing here. So this was an entry I first of all took, and I made, I can't remember, okay, 43 pips from this point here. I made $43 from this point here. Now, well, understood that this point here has been triggered. Now, what's the next move to make? Let's go back to the 1 hour time frame. Remember, we stop at this point where price gave us a rally, a base, rally, and price triggered it for a buy, right? Now, when price triggered it, what the price do? Price give us another what? Supply zone here. A rally, a base, and a drop. Remember what I told you earlier on, that we want to pay attention to both the supply and both the what? Demand, because demand is our entry, whereas supply is our exit. Now, let's look at this zone now. Price gave us a what? A rally, a base, and a drop. That means this point is acting as a what? Supply level. What can you see? Because price is in an uptrend, price failed the what? Failed the supply zone. This is a very valid supply zone, and we're going to come back to this point and understand why price did what it did here. Do you understand? Yes. This place is a what? A valid supply zone. But what can you see? When price gave us supply zone, price failed the supply. Price first of all reacted. Let me go to the 15 minutes so we're able to see very well. And when price came to this supply zone here, like I'm defining it with this particular candlestick pattern that is here. Now, when price goes to this supply zone here, what can you see? Price reacted and then failed, right? So this place is a point of interest. We have to pay a very good attention to. Do you understand? Yes, you understand. Now, on the 1 hour time frame, price simply give us a what? A rally, a base, and a rally. So where's the base? This point is the base, and we're going to wait for price to come back to this zone, and we'll take a buy. Let's go to the 1 hour time, the 15 minute time frame, and refine this zone. Just follow what I'm doing step by step. I'll identify it on the 1 hour and refine on the 15-minute time frame. If I identify it on the 4 hour time frame, I refine on the 1 hour time frame. Now, looking at this point here now, that price rallied, price rallied. Rally based rally is what? Demand zone. So I was simply waiting for price to come back to this zone for me to what? Buy. I want to see price not come back to this zone. Price not come back. So I was still patient because I don't want to chase the trade. Price give us this break of market structure to the upside, right? And when price retraces back into this point, into this zone here, we are seeing series of dodgy and the rest of them. This is where I had my entry from. I had my entry from this point and targeted this swing that price created here. So this was the trade I took yesterday that gave me almost 50 pips. You understand? This trade I took yesterday, and I'm going to show that I took this trade by simply attaching the evidence here on this chart. Is that clear? Now, because price are giving us all this price action here, this point here, all this point now is what? Price have engineered liquidity on it. And because price cannot continue to buy all the time, we are simply going to look out for the next protection for Gbpusd. Where is price going to go from this point here? Now remember this zone I marked out at this level here. Let me go back to the 1 hour time frame. Remember this zone I identified earlier on the 1 hour time frame. Where a demand zone failed to become a demand zone and then became a supply. This point is that point, right? Now, what is price going to do from this point? Now, because this place is acting as a flip zone for a supply flip zone, we need to identify a demand flip zone. So when price was moving on this point, the demand flip zone was simply this point here. That price that was meant to be supply failed, and the supply became a what? A demand. At this point here, a demand became a what? A supply. And at this point here, a supply became a demand. If you understand, if you follow me very carefully, you will understand where this point, this line is coming from, this zone is coming from. And I'm making you understand that this zone is simply the zone that was where price was meant to be a demand, but failed and became a what? Supply. Now, this same point now is where price was meant to be a supply and failed to become a what? Demand. So the next position for GBUSD is simply this. Now, I want price now to come back to this zone and then continue to buy. And what's my confirmation that this place is going to be valid? What I'm going to explain that to you. This point now, that price has this point here now has become a liquidity that's going to hold this demand zone, or that's going to make this demand zone to hold. Price is simply going to use this liquidity here, all this place, all this thing here, to act as liquidity for this demand zone to hold. So what I'm simply going to do is I want price to simply, let me go to the 15-minute time frame. This one is getting long. I don't like it. Now I want price to simply take out all this liquidity here, sweep all this liquidity here, and come back into this zone for a buy. And how am I sure that this place is a liquidity? Now, because everybody is putting a stop loss here, those people who are waiting for price to come out to the zone to buy are still putting a stop losses here. So the stop losses here, the stop losses here, the stop losses on the trend, on the swing. This line here is full of what? Stop losses. So I'm expecting price to use this zone or use these areas to act as a liquidity to trigger this what? Demand zone here. Remember, this demand zone is a supply zone that turned to a what? A demand. So basically, our target is simply going to be like this for a long time buy by simply putting our entry here, stop loss below here, and then target this swing here. Is that clear? This video is getting very long and I don't like it. If you find this video very helpful, I'd like you to subscribe, drop a comment, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.